Let's take a breath together, everyone. And welcome to this group. This is, I call this, because I haven't found a better title for it, Full Moon in Support of Transition. Okay, getting the goalposts as wide as I possibly can. If you're joining this for the first time, and there's a couple of you on here now, or watching this and recording, I want to say, if there was a work, a body of work to connect with Divine Mother, Holy Feminine, the moon frequencies and so on, of femininity, I would be first in line. Okay, I enjoy working with the Divine Mother. I could turn the computer and show you a bunch of images right now. I enjoy working with the Divine Mother. This is not one of those occasions where I explicitly and overtly do. Okay. I think people have joined a couple of times on these and not been what they have been expecting. So let me be clear. We've got the full moon today, over the next couple of days, that window, however you see it. I like to use that amplified energy, that bigger than usual energy that keeps us all awake all freaking night, that one, to clear a lot of stuck energy for ourselves and a lot of stuck energy for a lot of other people who we will never meet. Okay, that's how I like to work with it. Over the years and doing things like this, I'll meet a lot of people like yourselves who are healers, energy workers, mediums, right? Conduits, channels, heavyweights. Not everyone walking around out there will do Reiki more than couple of times a year. Then and so for the people that will, we can do some interesting things together. All right. Quickly to say about the specifics of this full moon. We've got a full moon in Leo. I think the sun is just about, I think it's still in Aquarius. I'm losing track. More what caught my eye is my words, conflict, or the polarity, the axis between the need for individuality and individual expression of Leo and the, maybe say, group need, particularly of Aquarius, and that's what one finds oneself vacillating on. But even that, I'm not particularly interested in, because I want to use big old full moon energy, and here is why. The idea for this group, actually, my friend Lewis, it's his idea, was to do a work to support stuck energy. So where is energy stuck? We've got elemental energy stuck all over the freaking place. And that's from thoughts that didn't come to fruition. That comes from traffic jams. That comes from just general frustration out there. That comes from people arguing about the halftime Super Bowl, for God's sake, which I think we all know is the best one there ever has been. There, end of story. Good. Glad we talked about it. I see you shaking your heads there, shaking your heads. All right. But stuck energy, caught energy, lost energy, okay? It gets in our way because we're fluid beings, right? We're fluid beings, and we walk into this stuff, we take it on, and we find it harder to navigate ourselves. Yeah. Then what there is a vast, tremendous overabundance of on our planet is trapped spirits, discarnates. Many billions I've heard. We want to support some of them to move, as I'm sure if we were in that position, we would want support to move as well. We're also moving the energy of grief. That is such a big topic that I actually don't feel like unpacking it right now. All I will say about grief, as you all well know, when you're in the midst of it, when you're in the throes of it, it is challenging to move it. So how we're going to do this, some of you are well familiar with etheric temples, etheric retreats. They exist on other dimensions, right? And as do we. I'm sorry, just letting someone in here. As do we. And we are going to go to one of them. We are going to magnify our Merkaba field around us and For anyone that doesn't know what I'm talking about, Merkaba field is something like that. Okay, except it's roughly the size and shape of you, a bit bigger. I just happen to have a Merkaba on my desk. Yes, I actually brought it over just for this purpose. It's usually over there. Merkaba field around us. We're going to go to one of these etheric temples, and we are going to participate in a work on that dimension to help clear a lot of this type of energy and the types of energy I've just mentioned. There's little that you need to do other than not die, okay? Just need you to keep breathing for the next 25 minutes or so, and then I will leave you alone to for your, yes, I'm sorry to hear about that transition as well. And I'll leave you to your evening. All right. Would you all just get comfortable then, please? So from this point on, I would suggest your eyes closed. Even if you're watching this on recording, just forget about the video. There's really nothing to see. It's all going to be going on the inner. So we're going to open in prayer, as always. Heavenly Father, Mother, God, Goddess, sweet presence of peace, serenity, vitality, levity, sweetness and love, we call to that through us, as us, around us. As we together, as one willing group together this evening, we call to the Mother Earth below us. We ground ourselves. We ground ourselves fully. We inhabit our body. We connect to the earth below us, from which we come from. We ground ourselves. We ground ourselves, and so too to the presence of the Father Sky above us, we prepare to receive. We prepare to receive from above us this full moon night. And so through each of us, the Blessed Mother below, the Blessed Father above, connected through each of us and all of us. I call to the four sacred directions around us, gratefully asking that there be archangelic presence in each corner of each space that we sit in. Archangelic presence around all of us as one, that we can relax into clear and open, vibrant space. We can smile, we can open up, we can receive, and we can allow through us our magnificent presence to do magnificent work. I call to all of our higher selves, this greater aspect of us, and I humbly ask this aspect of us to lead us, attune us, calibrate, refine, and guide us. For the spirit dwells peacefully in the body when its mission is being followed through. I call in the very highest good of our time together this evening. And so in the name of the Christ, I am the presence, I am the activity, welcoming the beloved Archangel Azrael, guide of transition, to be around us all. As we take a breath and we say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Amen. So let's just breathe together for a moment, please. Breathe together for a moment. We're not trying to make anything happen. Comfortable in our body, letting our stomach relax, letting our face relax. In truth, just by us willingly being and breathing together, much of the work is already done. As we breathe in this space, connected with each other, surrounded by the great love of spirit already in our homes, let us begin to see and call forth around us our Merkaba field. If this is unfamiliar to you, imagine a three-sided pyramid facing downwards. The base is around your shoulders. The point is a few inches below your feet. And just see that there. Now, if you would visualize or imagine another, its base is around your knees. Its point is a few inches above your head. Its width is a little further than if you were to spread your arms out to the side. It's a little further than that. If you would see these two opposing facing pyramids begin to spin in opposite directions, and let them begin to spin faster and faster, faster and faster, until they become a whirl, as if you were in the midst of a sphere or a bubble. This is your Merkaba field. It is a vehicle, as it were, for you to transport yourself between dimensions. You, of course, are a multidimensional being. This may not be in your cognizant reality, but in any moment, you're moving between several dimensions, and this is who you are. Breathing comfortably and naturally in your Merkaba vehicle, each of us and all of us begin to rise off the ground, going through the ceiling and into the air, and we move forward together at the speed of light. Just breathe. Just breathe as we are gracefully taken to a higher frequency. As we travel far, far, far together. If you were to look to your left and right, you would see other bubbles in the air. This is us, your fellow sisters and brothers, traveling with you to the same place for the same reason. Over in the distance, we see a huge structure begin to appear. An exquisite, intricate, ornate structure appearing above the clouds as we begin to slow down and descend towards it. Just breathe. And slowly we come to a stop, a rest in front of this beautiful structure. This is the temple of purification. You will see a huge staircase leading up to the front doors. As we, on our human legs, begin to walk up the stairs together. In front of the vast doors, there are two angels, 14 or 15 feet high, that welcome us with a beaming smile as the doors open and we all walk in. And we all walk in and find ourselves in a cavernous, stadium-sized room, which goes up further than the eye can see. Many different layers and levels of work of angelic being and the magnificence of spirit cohesing in different activities. And in the very center of this beautiful room, there is a flame, the flame of purification. And this flame is different in substance to our earthly fire, yet similar in expression. In a circle around this beautiful flame, you will see chairs of translucent crystal. Please go and find one for yourself. and sit down. And you will notice that even though the material these chairs are created from is hard, somehow it fits perfectly to your body. Behind you, behind each of us, an angel of the Temple of Purification stands to support you. Has been assigned to you, and they will place their hands upon your shoulders. Feel this now. And take a breath of relief. Into the center of the room walks a vast, blindingly light being. This is Azrael. He greets us all with a bow. Through his eyes we are as he. In advance of our work, he offers his appreciation. Please receive this. With our eyes faced, gazing upon the flame, you'll see a beam of light come out of your own chest to connect with this. Truly, it is traveling in both directions, from the flame to you and from you to the flame. Azrael will now allow a beam of love to stream through each of our hearts in a circle, connecting all of us. And this will go round and round and round until our work in the temple is complete. From the floor to the ceiling, beloved Azrael brings forth a column of light. This envelops the flame and expands and grows to envelop all of us as well. This both stabilizes and raises your frequency. A reminder to you that even as you've come here to serve and give, you will receive. You are receiving. Now let us just breathe together naturally. Far above us, portals open all around this room to allow the elemental debris that is collected, coagulated in our world to flow through into this column of light, to be transported upwards, to be alchemized, to have its state of frequency changed. For all energy is energy. All around the room, it flows. Magnetized into this column of light. Just breathe. Just breathe now. Don't worry at all if you're having trouble concentrating. I assure you, all is well. And you cannot get this wrong. Seeing that this is a strong group, beloved Azrael amplifies the intensity of this column of light. And further higher up in the temple, more portals are open. this time for the lost spirits, for those that have passed on from the earth, yet remained caught and lost, discarnate from their bodies. This phase of work is for them as well, as many, many beings float towards this column of light, to be taken to the light. Have your attention in your chest, in your heart, and just breathe comfortably. Be happy for these beings. They are truly going home. Humanity and Earth, Gaia, can cohabit peacefully. Yet there is only so much heaviness that any person can handle. And this, our work tonight, is to support them, all of them, is to support you. There is still more that we can give of ourselves this evening, so please breathe. As more elemental energy flows in, is cleared, as more beings still come through, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. And all around the temple, angels observe our work with the deepest of love, respect, and appreciation. And at this point, beloved Azrael gives the signal. This is enough for this evening. The portals close. The column begins to diminish. It has served the purpose for the time being. Beloved Azrael begins to withdraw the stream of energy that has been flowing through us all ceaselessly. And the beam of light that has been connecting you with the flame also returns to you. Beloved Azrael bows to us all. Says he will grant us each a request on the condition that the request is made. For these beings of love cannot intercede without our request, without our consent. We rise from our chairs. We face the being that has been behind us, and we bow in appreciation, as do they. And together we walk to the doors. The doors begin to open as we approach them. We walk out and we begin to descend the grand staircase outside. Remembering that this temple, this etheric temple, is available to us, should you remember, should you want to. Now all of us are outside, and we again call around us our Merkaba field. If you are having trouble visualizing this, just imagine a whirl of spherical light around you. As we breathe, and again we rise together into the air. Again we zip off at the speed of light. The temple vanishes behind us. Please breathe now. Fill the body with air, vitality. As we begin the return to our place of origin, our frequency of origin. Preparing to return to the third and fourth dimensions. And I will count us back from 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a deep, full breath to the whole body now, please. A big breath to the belly. You may wish to just gently rub your cheeks and your forehead. Just to bring a little more chi flow into the body there. Have a drink if you have one nearby. Open your eyes. And I want to say thank you as always. You know, even before starting the Zoom call, I was feeling them congregating around, and it's not that that's unusual, but I actually hadn't for this group before, and something just felt a little different. Here in the Midwest, I know a couple of you are here in Kansas as well. Apparently we got a storm coming, and I was feeling the change in pressure, but from about 4 hours ago, and it's, you know, it's heavy. It's heavy. So I appreciate your time in doing this tonight with me. And I know I say this every time. I probably sound like a British parrot, but the appreciation for you from these beings there, it's massive. You will get that back. You'll receive that. And if not in this lifetime in a tangible way, when you cross over, you'll get to see what you did just by sitting on your chair, okay? You'll get to see what you did. I can't show you right now. I wish I could. I really wish I could. But with that, I think I'll leave you in peace. You all want to unmute and...
Yes,
Joshua.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank you, Joshua.
Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
blessed day, guys.
Thank you.
Pleasure. Thank you all so much. You have a wonderful rest of the week, all of you.
Yeah.
Thank
you.
you.
You too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.